Let's just talk about San Diego State. They have arrived as a program. They beat up a really struggling Colorado State team, 45-24. They had what they did Friday night, they'd never done under Sean Lewis. They piled up 541 yards in offense. They ripped off 282 yards in rushing. Jaden Denegal continues to throw the football. In this game, he threw it well, 42 and 45-yard touchdown passes, en route to a 256-yard throwing night. Jordan Napier making a mark on the West Coast nationally, 7 receptions for 153. Team is hitting on all cylinders. Now, Colorado State is really at the bottom of the barrel. First half of the schedule has been rather easy. Once they turn the corner in a couple of weeks, they got to go play Boise State. They got to go to Fresno. They're going to have to face an unbelievably hot Hawaii team with a new quarterback. So the teeth of the schedule is still to come. But the Aztecs are playing really good football. They're 4-1. I think they're a little bit ahead of schedule from where I thought they would be at this point under Sean Lewis. If I had a disappointment, they've given away a lot of tickets. They slashed prices for a second home game in a row, and they papered the house, and only 21,000 showed up. I don't know where our community is, but maybe they just need to keep on trucking, keep on winning, knock out one of the upper echelon teams, be it Boise or be it Fresno. If they can do that, maybe this town is going to come back. But at this point, they would not come back. Second story, it has to be the shocker of the weekend. UCLA 0-4, fired its head coach, fired both of its coordinators, went out, and then fired a lot of unbelievable plays from their quarterback as they shocked Penn State. Nico Amaliava totaled 394 all-purpose yards. 5 touchdowns he was responsible for. UCLA piles up 446 yards against the Nittany Lions. And if you thought things were pretty tough on James Franklin after they lost at home to Oregon, imagine where they are right now after losing to winless UCLA. Third one is Alabama. Tell you what, they're looking at this Crimson Tide quarterback and saying, how is this possible? His name is Tyler Simpson, third-string quarterback his entire career for the Crimson Tide. Named the starting quarterback because they had not recruited an awful lot of good quarterbacks under Kalen DeBoer. Tyler Simpson has 13 touchdowns and no interceptions this season, and Alabama beat Vanderbilt. And you say, well, so what? Well, Vanderbilt was 5-0. Vanderbilt, with the coaching staff, has really started to play really good football in the SEC. They were trying to get to 6-0 for the first time since 1928, but Bama sidetracked them. This kid, Tyler Simpson, has come out of nowhere. Meanwhile, in the Mountain West, UNLV, with this new coaching staff, is now 5-0, and they're doing something that Vegas has not done in recent years. They're playing really good defense in addition to moving the football up and down the field. Had 3 more takeaways this last week. Boise State got beat, but they got beat at Notre Dame, and they had the lead, but they started to throw interceptions. The Irish, 4 interceptions of Boise State quarterback Max Madsen. I'll say this about Boise. They play big boy football. They play big-time schedule football. Once they get into this conference, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, but that's where they are. Texas, can you believe they were number 1 to start the season? Penn State was number 2 to start the season. Back-to-back losses. They have dropped totally out of the top 25. They're not ranked at all. Absolute stunner for the Longhorns. Arch Manning's throwing way too many interceptions, and State just does not look like the same team anymore. Not running the football very well. Drew Allar's not winning games for them. That's a stunner. Colorado Buffaloes. This is really sad. Deion Sanders entered a hospital today. Blood clots have returned to his leg. If you remember, a couple years ago, he underwent surgeries for amputations of toes because of blood clots. Then he had the bladder cancer, and that he spent the entire offseason recovering from that. Blood clots have returned. He could not walk at the end of the Colorado game this past season, and of course, they're not playing very well. And the last topic has to do with Chapel Hill Bill at North Carolina. Bill Belichick is now 2-3. Students have stopped going to the games. The fans who poured all this money into the hiring of Belichick at North Carolina, they're really upset. Belichick has no answers at all. They beat 2 1AA teams. They're 0-3 against Power 5 teams, And how about the statistic for Chapel Hill Bill? They've been outscored 120 to 33 in the 3 losses against Power 5 conference teams. Bill Belichick, when I dealt with him, he was so hard to deal with from a media standpoint. I got along fine with him. But at the end of the day, I didn't have to deal with him every day and listen to the condescending nature of his answers, non-answers. Bill Belichick finally said something, dawned on me. It's like a light bulb. Bill Belichick made a comment when he was hired at the North Carolina press conference. We're going to be the NFL's 33rd team. And people chuckled. He's going to build it like an NFL team. Well, now they've lost 3 games to Power 5 schools. He was correct. NFL expansion teams lose. Bill Belichick's losing. And I guess the girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, when she tweeted it out after they won back-to-back games at the start of the season, we have arrived. I think that tweet's been deleted because now they're 0-3 against good people. So, John, the floor is yours to talk Aztecs, Bruins, shocker. You want to talk about Neon Dion or Chapel Hill Bill? Go ahead.
It was a great college football weekend, and I am so happy for Aztecs, Sean Lewis, and everybody. I'm happy for Aztec Mike and the whole crew of Aztec fans. You figure they won that game. It was like 45-24. I mean, it just looked awesome. And Denigal was throwing these bombs down the field. And it's like, we haven't seen this kind of an offense with the Aztecs since, I don't know when. You have to go way back, like decades back to see this. So it was wonderful. And then the Aztecs had the top offense in all of NCAA football over the weekend. And they have a top 10 defense. I mean, could this Aztec team, Hacksaw, go to a bowl game?
You only need 6 wins to qualify for a bowl. They got 4 in their pocket right now. Yes. As long as there's no catastrophic injuries, I think, yes, they'll probably be a bowl team, that's remarkable with the second year in for Sean Lewis.
Yeah.
But that being said, John, you told me you were not going to wear pom-poms when you did this podcast. John, the teeth of the schedule is still to come. Let's just wait a couple weeks and just see when it's Aztecs, Boise, San Diego State at Fresno State, Aztecs at Hawaii, because those are going to really be big-time games against pretty quality teams. But so far, so good. I'll take 4-1. Hell, Sean Lewis said at his press conference today, if you told me before 4-1 to start the season, I'd sign up for that too. Well said.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying is there's like promise, there's hope, and I think they're going to win back this community. If they were to go into that teeth of that schedule and win 2 out of every 3 of those big games, hey, you've got the community. They're going to rally. They're going to be fine. This is great. I'm happy for Sean Lewis. UCLA, what a game. I mean, and to see like the young Jerry Neuheisel out there, he looks like sunshine from, the Remember the Titans movie. And I mean, what a thrill for him. And then he was saying after the game, he wasn't sure how to use the headset and he couldn't push the right buttons. But talk about pushing the right buttons. Everything worked. And, then UCLA, you figure you upset a top 10 team in Penn State. You want to rush the field, but there's barely anybody there to rush the field. So, I'm happy for them and all the heat that program's been under. The Texas thing, you kind of makes you wonder, Arch Manning, was he really that good in high school? I saw some clips online and he didn't look as athletic. He thought he would be, it's a lot of that's on the name brand. Feeling for Coach Prime, I wish him well. I mean, obviously he's got some major concerns. And North Carolina, I mean, it's just like, Belichick, they're like another NFL team. They're like the Jets, they're 0-5. But I think the solution in North Carolina isn't hot pants. It's getting Tom Brady back, because that's the only time that Belichick has ever won is when Brady was his QB.
Isn't that amazing, though? He made the comment, we're going to be the NFL's 33rd team. Expansion teams, they lose too, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Hey, listen, one other side note here, because I come across all kinds of unique data, and we talk about kids that have big games and do very well. Western Carolina, which is in the Southern Conference, they played Wofford, which is in the Southern Conference. Western Carolina has a quarterback by the name of Taron Dickinson. John, on Saturday, he started the game going 46 for 46, throwing the football. He completed 46 passes in a row. He finished the game 53 for 56, throwing dink and dunk passes all afternoon. wound up with 378 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. But think about that, 46 passes in a row.
Wow, that's pretty damn good. But that's a storyline right there. Hey, by the way, in the live chat, people are saying, hey, there's some crackling going on in the background. Just take a look at where Hacksaw is. I mean, Hacksaw is up, literally has got his back against the lakefront. I think that sound we're hearing is the water sort of lapping on shore, right?
The water's bouncing off the breaker.
And you're like in a screen door patio setup over there.
There we go.
Right?
There you
go.
My cottage, and water's just out there.
Yeah, I think your Wi-Fi connection is actually pretty good today.
Oh, you had to say that now, didn't you?
Did I jinx it?
Okay,
but yeah,
all things college football. You got an opinion? Jump on board quickly. Let's check the hockey hotline. Go to the NHL notebook.